So prefab is the entrance.
I don't know. Oh, what are you doing?
I was $1 million.
We be the next group, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good one.
Okay, so we made it.
Oh my gosh, hello!
Hello, you made it!
USA! Champion of the people. 8 more days, you're gonna see. USA! USA! That's it! USA! 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 I didn't win this nothing. We made it. 2 hours. And then we're gonna do this.
Thank you.
Give me a hand, Kristen.
Sorry, I listen to Elon Musk. I follow his lead. The world's smartest, richest man has my attention. Except for when it comes to stock trading, then I listen to Nancy Pelosi. Very big deal, and I'm just here to say that you guys are for the right candidate. Tell your friends, let's close it out, and let's make speech free again, make America healthy again. In the World Series of Baseball, America's sport, I love you, New York. God bless New York, God bless America. Let's make it great again. I love you, thank you, welcome.
Drinking with one of these guys
who's got one arm, he's got a hook for another arm, and he's drinking a fucking beer, having a laugh with me, and he's not bitching about nothing.
I present to you the recipient of this year's VFW Americanism Award, Mr. Scott Lovedo.
That's it. I'm gonna paint a flag on a rooftop in every state near a military base.
There's a veteran. We all fought for that flag in World War II. And today we want to see it flying.
They will never, as long as I am alive, they will never take the American flag down. You want to burn one? Then I will find out where you work, and I will find the building across the street and paint a flag 50 by 100 so you have to see it every day. The hate I get is astronomical. If everybody like me, I'd be doing something wrong. My mother's advice, whatever you do in your life, as long as you believe it in your heart, and always take care of those. Before I create some art, I gotta say this. There's a lot of creative conservatives out there who've been in the closet all these years. I came out of that closet 40 years ago, and I got a lot of help for it. But now, you creative conservatives, it's a new world. Come out of the closet and get the balance back. Back in the 90s, I came to Manhattan to find my niche in the art world, and the art world didn't like me because I came from this place called Staten Island. Do I hear Staten Island house? The art world didn't like me because I like God, girls, and guns. The art world didn't like me because I refused to succumb to the America-hating isms of their agenda. And they said I'd never make it in their world. Fast forward 35 years, I'm standing on the greatest stage in the world. In the greatest city in the world. In the greatest country in the world. And I'm opening up for the greatest fucking president in the world! So, before I create this piece of art, I would just like to give the art world a little something. Got it here somewhere. Oh, here it is. BAM! Ladies and gentlemen, I give you New York, New York.
I guess I'll start with this. I can't fucking believe I'm Madison Square Garden. I've been in this building many, many times. I've seen Mark Messier score game-winning goals. Ron Duguay score game-winning goals. Patrick Ewing make big baskets. Too young to remember Clyde and Frazier. Same building, of course, with Muhammad Ali, Billy Joel, and Frank Sinatra. A building made of champions and all-time greats. Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't confuse the issue. The greatest champion of all will be backstage in about an hour. He is the 45th and soon to be 47th President of the United States, the great Donald J. Trump. So, I just got back from Israel about 2 weeks ago. They love Trump in Israel, just so you know, they love him. They love him and Bibi, they love them both. I'm in Israel and had the opportunity to break the Yom Kippur fast with Bibi Netanyahu. What an amazing night that was. Cried with Israelis in the streets. They listen to me from Jerusalem. They want to do this like all of you listen to me, all of you. I get back and they go, Sid, you want to speak at this MSG thing? I go, sure. Out of character for me to speak at a Nazi rally. I was just in Israel, but I took the gig. She is some sick bastard, that Hillary Clinton, huh? What a sick son of a bitch. The whole fucking party, a bunch of degenerates, low-lives, true haters, and low-lives. Every one of them. Every one of them. Look at my city. Look at my city. Yes, this building is beautiful. You're all beautiful. Look at you. But you can't walk outside past about 10 o'clock at night here. If you're a pretty woman like my beautiful wife Danielle out there somewhere, you get punched across the face just for walking down the street. Who did that? Bill de Blasio, Eric Adams, shitty Democrat mayors. Andrew Cuomo, Kathy Hochul, shitty Democrat governor. You got homeless and veterans, Americans, sleeping in their own feces on a bench in Central Park. But the fucking illegals, they get whatever they want, don't they? 5-star hotels, cash, probably get Yankee Dodger tickets tomorrow night. That's all about the Democrat rule, folks. Whether it's blue cities, blue states, or a blue administration. There's only one person alive today that can fix all of it. Look at all your signs. He can fix it. You're damn right he can fix it. That's President Donald J. Trump. To my dad when I was a little kid. I was born in 1967 before John F. Kennedy was assassinated. I couldn't understand. Really very, very simple as I wrap this up. I get less time than comedians and painters. I don't know why. 9 days, it's very simple. Back. You want to get the great states like New York and California running like the United States used to run again. You want to get an administration that cares about the Jewish people, the American people, women, men, and some of our armed services. There's only one choice to make. In 9 days, you fight, and you vote like your life depends upon it for our great president, President Donald J. Trump. This thing is all said and done today. Do me a big favor, New York City. Show the world, New York, why we're still, why we're still the greatest city in the world, and tear the fucking roof off this place.
We can now project the winner of the presidential race. Donald Trump wins the presidency. What started
Ronald Reagan said, we have to be there for Israel always because they are always there for us. Hamas is not there for us. Iran is not there for us. They're going to kill us. And the Palestinians are taught to kill us at 2 years old. They won't let a Palestinian in Jordan. They won't let a Palestinian in Egypt. And Harris wants to bring them to you. They may have good people. I'm sorry, I don't take a risk with people that are taught to kill Americans at 2. I'm on the side of Israel. You're on the side of Israel. Donald Trump's on the side of Israel. And they're on the side of the terrorists. Like me, President Trump grew up here. He's a New Yorker. That's why some people get a little annoyed at him. He speaks his mind. But wouldn't you rather have a president that communicates with you than one who... I want every one of you right now, every single one of you, to say yes when I say this. Do you swear to make America better and greater by voting for Donald Trump and J.D. Vance?
To be with all of you tonight as we work to put
Tell me, sir, what brings you to this Donald Trump rally at Madison Square Garden?
What brings me here? Pretty much that we got to show up and show that New York is sick and tired of the Democrats and the terrible policies that destroyed this state and the rest of the nation, but specifically New York, that basically decides the elections just by the population alone. It's important to show that New Yorkers are flipping, and I've been with Donald Trump and his ideas since like 2017, as soon as I've seen him get into presidency and see what he's done over time. But pretty much, Trump is the guy that's going to bring us back from the mess that Joe Biden administration did. So pretty much, I feel like it's really important for me to show up and show support.
When you see this large packed crowd here in MSG, what's coming into your mind?
It shows that we're in big numbers. Like, we're not going to play about this election. We're going to take it very serious, and we're all going to go out and vote, pretty much.
Have you voted?
No, I did not vote early. I'm going to do in person on election day. Yeah.
Why so? There's been urging by the campaign to vote.
Exactly. I've been seeing. I really don't know what is the safest way to prevent any type of fraud in elections. So I don't know if me being in person and doing it on election day is better or not. I'm just going to figure it out.
And so far, we've listened to two people giving speeches here. We listened to attorney, Rudy Giuliani. What do you think of the speeches so far?
The only one that I really seen fully was Rudy Giuliani's. And it was pretty cool because I never really seen him speak. I didn't really know much of the history of him when he was a mayor in New York. And I learned a lot from him speaking. Yeah, I'm from the city. I'm from Queens, Astoria. Yep, right here. Nothing. I mean, honestly, I don't really see much support in the story. Like, I've seen a couple people. I walk around with my MAGA hat. They'll say that yeah, they're gonna vote for Trump also. But yeah, right here, this is a very important moment. Because right before the elections, one of the biggest rallies he's gonna do before it is the day to really vote and figure out. Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L. Yeah. Mercedes, M-E-R-C-E-D-E-S.
Thank you very much.
Huh? Thank you.
He's been indicted more than Al Capone.
Kamala Harris performing a random, kind, generous act like that? She is the devil, whoever screamed that out. She is the Antichrist at her rally last night. I decided I'm going to make a run for mayor of New York City.
How's everybody doing this evening? Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Look at me at Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Who would have ever thought? I've been with this man for 30 years. 30 years. Through it all. I joined with him in 2015 when we started running for the presidency. When nobody said we had a shot. When we were a joke. We were polling at 1%, and he won the presidency. I went to the White House with him for 4 years. It was an incredible journey. The president always, behind the scenes, will tell it. Team Trump will know what I'm saying here. Sometimes on the plane or in the office, he'll say, "You are all so lucky I took you on this journey." In good times and bad. Yes, Mr. President, we are so honored to be on this journey. And you know what? You're damn straight I'm honored to be on this journey through the good times and the bad for the right and to fight for this country in which we all believe in. Madison Square Garden. Take a look, Hillary! USA! 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 Of him raising his fist. Said, "Sir, this is the most iconic photo, I think, in the history of not only politics, but of all time." He stared at the photo. I told him it was from Doug Mills, New York Times photographer, great photographer. Yeah! The president's reaction was, "How is Doug? Is Doug okay? Reach out to Doug. See how he's doing." Of which I did when we were in the hospital. Everything he had going on just shot in the damn head. And the guys cared and concerned about how Doug is doing, how his team is doing that's with him at Team Trump. The behind the scenes moments are things, I could go, honestly, I could go for 10 hours here and tell you stories, but I only have 31 seconds left, so I will wrap it up. You've got a fighter behind the scenes and out in public. The guy loves the United States of America. He's working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, campaigning, running all over the country. Loves this country. He's a patriot. You're all patriots. I cannot believe looking at this Madison Square Garden and just seeing it's packed to the brim. Just do me a favor, go to TrumpForce47.com, check it out, okay, get on there, get out and vote, 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 please. We gotta win. We've got to win. We are going to win. We are going to have Donald J. Trump as the 47th President of the United States of America. And if you all go out and vote, 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 and fight! And hello, United States of America, people watching in all 50 states. We are here tonight with a message for you. In 9 days, your rescue is coming. In 9 days, your salvation is at hand. In 9 days, Donald J. Trump is going to go back to the White House. We stand here today at a crossroads in the history of this nation, in the history of our civilization. This is a choice between betrayal and renewal, between self-destruction and salvation, between the failure of America or the triumph of America. I want you to think for a minute about the decades of abuse that has been heaped upon the good people of this nation. Their jobs looted and stolen from them and shipped to Mexico, Asia, and foreign countries. The lives of their loved ones ripped away from them by illegal aliens, criminal gangs, and thugs who don't belong in this country. A political system that punishes hard-working citizens, oppresses them at every turn, takes away the right to free speech, the right to political expression, the right to fundamental safety in their own country. One man dared to step forward 9 years ago and say, enough, no more, America gets its future back. And what happened next? What happened after he stepped down that escalator 9 years ago? The system he was fighting, tried to do everything in his power to stop him, to take away your voice, to take away your vote, to take away your right to have your own country. They lied, they defamed, they smeared, one witch hunt after another, one hoax after another, one betrayal after another, lie after lie, slander after slander, libel after libel, lawsuit after lawsuit. They tried to jail him, they tried to bankrupt him, they tried to imprison him, and they even tried to take his life with not one, but 2 assassination attempts. Let me ask you, when his life was on the line, did he falter? Did he waver? Did he yield? Did he surrender? Did he hesitate? Did he back down? Did he give one single solitary inch? Or did he stand up, strong and proud and resilient, the warrior that he is, and raise his fist into the air and shout on behalf of all of you, fight, fight, fight? And what was he fighting for? He was fighting for your children, your wives, your husbands, everyone that you love and know in the world. The right to live in a country where criminal gangs cannot just cross our border and rape and murder with impunity. Think about how corrupt and hateful and evil a system is that allows gangs to come into this country and rape and murder little girls. I'm not just saying that. You read the stories. It happens every day. You read one of these heartbreaking headlines. Who's going to stand up for our daughters? Who's going to stand up for the girls of America, the women of America, the families of America? Who's going to stand up and say, the cartels are gone, the criminal migrants are gone, the gangs are gone, America is for Americans and Americans only. One man, that man, ladies and gentlemen, that man took a bullet for you, he took a bullet for democracy. And all we are asking in return, is for 9 days, for 9 short, precious days. You have to vote, vote, vote. Vote for freedom, vote for liberty, vote for sovereignty, vote for your children, vote for your families, vote for the right of free speech, the right to the Second Amendment, vote for the right to have a secure sovereign border, and for the right to have a government that puts American citizens ahead of illegal aliens. With your votes, you can smash this broken establishment. With your votes, you can end the corruption and graft. And with your votes, you can deliver the future to your children that they so dearly deserve. So I will end with this thought. Each and every one of you has been loyal to your country. You have loved your country.
You followed the rules, you paid your taxes, you did everything right. And the system just keeps beating you down, and beating you down. And I say to you, are you going to let that system win? Are you going to surrender? Or are you going to follow the example of President Donald J. Trump and fight to the finish and save this nation, save this country, save this civilization, and save this republic? Thank you, New York. God bless you. God bless New York. And God bless America.
I was born in Brooklyn, New York. In New York, we refer to MSG as the Mecca. We refer to it as the center of entertainment. And in 9 days, it's going to be the launch point for the center of making Donald Trump the 47th president of the United States. Our time. She doesn't even want to talk about herself. She tells us she grew up in a middle-class family. But I don't care, because it's families today in New York, in Chicago, in Philadelphia, in Milwaukee, in Phoenix. They are struggling because of Kamala Harris, and they are saying the same thing we're saying. We had enough. We need Donald Trump back. She broke the border and doesn't even have the guts to tell you the truth. But that's okay, because the next president of the United States, he's gonna fix the border because he did it once and he's gonna do it again. Out of these wars, because he did it once and he's gonna do it again. But the last thing we're gonna fix, and it's a big one. You see, I got 3 kids. They're all boys. And I'll be damned if you're going to have some school tell my boys that they can now be girls. We're going to have common sense in America again under Donald Trump. We're going to get men out of women's sports under Donald Trump. Shining city on the hill, as the leader of the world, as the #1 nation, as the great experiment, because he's going to fix it once again. And it's together, New York, and around America, we are going to make America great again.
New York is Trump country! Wow, it is incredible to be here in the iconic Madison Square Garden. President Trump has been talking about this rally for years, and what a way to kick off the final week of the most epic campaign to save America. But this one really is. No matter where you go, whether it's in New York City, upstate New York, or in any of people understand there is so much at stake. And it is we the people, when we vote for President Donald J. Trump, we the people will save America. Just look at the crises that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have brought to our nation and have brought right here to New York. The border crisis, illegals swarming our streets, taking billions of our hard-earned taxpayer dollars, all because Kamala Harris is Joe Biden's open border czar. She owns this border crisis, she created it. Or the inflation crisis, the highest rate of inflation in our lifetime. And you know who was the deciding vote for Joe Biden's Inflation Expansion Act? Kamala Harris. And the crime crisis. Democrats are the party of defund the police, and Kamala Harris has turned her back on our men and women in blue. New Yorkers, support our police. We will always back the blue. And then take a look around the world. What is happening? You have the catastrophic withdrawal from Afghanistan. Kamala Harris was the last person in the room advising Joe Biden of that horrific mistake. You had Putin invading Ukraine, and then just over 1 year ago, we had our most precious ally, Israel, under attack from Iranian-backed Hamas terrorists. And Kamala Harris has turned her back on Israel. And what did we see? What did we see on our college campuses? We saw a skyrocketing of anti-Semitism. Let me ask you all, did you see that committee hearing with those college presidents, now former college presidents? I asked the presidents of Penn, MIT, and Harvard, does calling for the genocide of Jews violate your university's code of conduct? And one after the other said, it depends on the context, and the world heard. You're fired, 5 have been fired, so many to go. And you know, compare that with President Trump. He brought us the most secure border in our nation's history. He brought us the strongest economy. He proudly supports our law enforcement, and he has and always will stand with Israel. Donald J. Trump has fought for us, the American people. Whether it was fighting against the sham impeachment, which I was a proud member of President Trump's impeachment defense team, whether it was standing up for election integrity, or whether it was facing the witch hunts by New York's own Tish James, Alvin Bragg, and corrupt judges.
Now, I've been traveling all around the country, non-stop. We've been to the red states and the blue states. We've been to the safe districts and the sweet districts. We've been all around Europe. And I'm going to tell you what's happening right now. I'm here to report something. There's something very powerful happening out there on the base, okay? I'm telling you, there's an energy out there that we have not seen before. And I am convinced that in 9 days, we are going to grow the House majority, we're going to take back the Senate, and sit down and talk about the why that is, because everywhere around the country, no matter where you live, everybody is fed up and they are fired. They're fed up. It doesn't matter what demographic they're in. It doesn't matter what walk of life. They know that we cannot afford 4 more years of Kamala Harris in the White House. But we can't possibly afford turning the House or the Senate over to the Democrats. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you what I ask these groups all around the country. Do you want 4 more years of open borders? You want 4 more years of high cost and inflation? stage? Nobody does. American voters are sick of it and they want to change. Listen, for the last 2 years we've had a bit of a dilemma, right? The House has been the only firewall in Washington standing between Chuck Schumer and the Democrats in the Senate, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, and the American people. And we played defense. We blocked their woke America Last agenda, and we passed solutions to all the great challenges facing the country. But here's the problem: they got stopped in the Senate. We also had the smallest Republican majority in U.S. history. But you know what the good news is? We're about to grow that majority. That's what's going to happen. New York is going to make that happen. You're going to elect your incumbents here and our challengers, and you're going to make a big difference. And we need a Republican Senate so we can retire Chuck Schumer for good. America needs, and everybody knows, no matter where we are in the country, we know we have to get Donald J. Trump back to the White House to fix this thing back. When we do that, we're going to secure the border once for all. We're going to unleash American energy dominance again. We're going to lower the cost of living. We're going to support our allies and stand up to our adversaries. We're going to defend our rights and our freedoms and the troops and the veterans who fought for them. And we will protect the values and the principles that made America the greatest nation in the history of the world. I'll just leave you with this thought. We're not in a battle this time just between two different political parties. It's much deeper than that. There's something much more fundamental going on. We're in a battle between two completely different visions for who we are as a nation and who we're going to be. We revere the founding principles. We revere our Judeo-Christian foundations. We revere individual freedom and limited government and the rule of law and fiscal strength, fiscal responsibility, free markets, human dignity, secure borders. But the other two doesn't. My friends, this is not your father's Democratic Party. They are now full on to Marxism and socialism. They don't envision for us to save the founding principles of the greatest nation in the history of the world. Instead, what they envision for us is that we will be some sort of European-style Marxist borderless utopia. We all know that's a difference from what's happening. You know what's going to happen in 9 days?
But I follow the energy. And this does not feel like second place energy in here tonight. I have a friend of mine, a smart guy, he's a billionaire, texted me this morning. And he said, why the hell are you guys wasting your time in New York City instead of going to a swing state? You want to know what I told him? I said, welcome to 2024, New York is a swing state. We're feeling the joy in New York City tonight, aren't we? And the only celebration bigger than this one right now is going to be on the evening of November 5th, when we send Donald J. Trump back to the White House as the 42nd president of the United States. Now look around here, there's only one man who is going to be more happy than everybody else in this room when that happens. And that is going to be a man by the name of Joe Biden. He is so pissed off about what they did. And you know, he's thinking it, but I'm going to say it. Identity politics never works in America. When you select somebody on the basis of their race and their gender, it always ends up being a disaster. And I'm actually talking about Tim Walsh this time. Goes both ways. Now listen up, guys. Last year I became the youngest person ever to run for U.S. president as a Republican. And I'll tell you something about my generation. We are lost. We are hungry to be part of something bigger than ourselves. yet we can't even answer what it means to be an American today. We're in the middle of a national identity crisis. Faith in God, patriotism, hard work, family. These things have disappeared only to be replaced by wokeism and transgenderism, climatism, COVIDism, depression, anxiety, fentanyl, suicide. These are symptoms of a deeper void of purpose and meaning in our country. And right now, we need to step up and fill that void with our own vision. Answer, what does it mean to be an American in the year 2024? It means we believe in the ideals of 1776. It means we believe in merit, that the best person gets the job regardless of their skin color. They can get ahead in this country, not on the color of their skin, but on the content of their character and their contributions. It means we believe in the rule of law, and I say this as the kid of legal immigrants to this country. That means your first act of entering this country cannot break the law. And that is why if we have the largest influx of illegals into this country in American history, we will have the largest mass deportation in American history. Let's get 3 million federal bureaucrats out of the D.C. bureaucracy. What does it mean to be American? It means we have elections we can trust and believe in, and that means single-day voting on Election Day as a national holiday with paper ballots. Set this country into motion. We're in a war to revive them, and right now we need the commander-in-chief who will lead us to victory. That is your next president, Donald J. Trump. If you want to seal the border, vote Trump. If you want to restore law and order in this country, vote Trump. If you want to grow the economy in this country, vote Trump. If you want to revive national pride in this country, vote Trump! If you want to stay out of World War III in this country, vote Trump! If you want to make America great again, vote Trump! I'm going to give you one more reason to vote Trump, and it's this. It's the one the media in the back, they won't talk about. I know it to be true. Donald Trump is actually the president who will unite this country, actually. We don't talk about that enough. America First includes all Americans, regardless of their race, their gender, or their sexual orientation. Our message to Black Americans tonight is this. We want you, what we want for every American. Safe neighborhoods, good jobs, clean streets. A country where you are judged based on the content of your character, not the color of your skin or your political beliefs. That's the America we want.
A lot of people ask me why I left the Democratic Party. Because when I believe the Democratic Party, the Democratic Party left me. Martin Luther King, Robert Kennedy, John Kennedy. That was the party of peace. It was the party of constitutional rights, of civil rights, of freedom of speech. It was the party that wanted to protect and nurture the middle class. It was the party that stood up to censorship, surveillance, I stood up to the CIA, to the military complex, military-industrial complex. And it was the party that wanted to protect public health and women's sports. My uncle, Ted Kennedy, wrote Title IX, which protected women's sports in college. It was the party that believed in voting rights and vote for Donald Trump.
And the fact that it's here is even sweeter. Imagine if you're, and just pause for one moment, imagine you're Donald Trump, you're from New York City, you become famous in New York City, you make your fortune in New York City, and all of a sudden the leadership of New York City decides they're going to destroy you because they don't like your politics. And so they, yeah, boo, imagine if that were you though. And they try and take everything that you have, they try and put you in prison, try and put your children in prison. If that happened to you, how often do you think you'd be going back to New York City? How about never? And yet he's here. It's like getting thrown out of a bar. And you think to yourself, well, you know, all my friends are in the bar. And you approach the door and there's the bouncer like, you're not allowed in here. But from behind the bouncer, you hear the cheers of your friend, come on in! And the bouncer hangs his head in shame. He's embarrassed that he's working for the man trying to keep the most popular person out of the bar. And that's Donald Trump back in the city that produced him with no embarrassment at all, in a room full of the stones that takes, the bravery that takes, is incredible. Donald Trump's gonna win. Half the country's evil also. And that's one of the reasons they spent the last 4 years trying to destroy the country, because they're mad at its voters. That's why. And the second reason that people love Trump, and I put myself in this category, is why I'm here today, is because he's liberated us in the deepest and truest sense. And the liberation he has brought to us is the liberation from the obligation to tell lies. Donald Trump has made it possible for the rest of us to tell the truth about the world around us. And that's the single most liberating thing you can do for people. If you want to enslave people, if you want to degrade them, force them to tell lies. And they have. They force us to lie about everything, at gunpoint, effectively. They put people in prison for refusing to lie. And not just the obvious lies that men can become women, or Vladimir Putin blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. No, honestly, he did. January 6th was an insurrection. They were unarmed, but it was very insurrection-y. Not even the obvious ones, but the big lie. You know what the big lie is? The big lie is that they're impressive. That's what the big lie is. That the people in charge have somehow earned the right to rule over you, and they haven't. And you know that.
she's the victim. And then all of a sudden, she flips, she flops, she spins and turns it around and acts like she's gonna be the damn hero. But we all know Trump is the only man that can fix this country today. And with Trump as our commander-in-chief, peace through strength will fix all the problems in the Middle East. You know, I've been coming to this building month after month after month, and I've seen sold-out crowds over and over again for over 40 years. And for 40 years, I've always asked the question, what you gonna do? Over and over and over again, what you gonna do? Well, today, after feeling the energy in this building, I finally got the answer. And the answer is, vote for Trump! We're all on the same page, so I got one final question for you. What you gonna do, and who's gonna make America great again? God bless Donald Trump. He's our next president. America's most celebrated heroes and legends have made history inside this iconic arena. This, where we stand, is where the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali, faced Joe Frazier in the fight of the century. It's where the king, Elvis Presley, played for 80,000 screaming fans. It's where the immortal Hulk Hogan pinned the Iron Sheik and let Hulkamania run wild. And now, on the eve of the most important election in our history, the greatest champion of them all, Donald J. Trump, has come to Madison Square Garden. And I believe in just 8 short days, we are going to turn the United States of America red and make Donald J. Trump the President of the United States. Because he's got the hardest job in American politics. He's got to convince the American. People that Kamala Harris is going to somehow fix the very problems she's been creating over the last 3.5 years. He's got to pretend that Kamala Harris didn't open up the southern border and let millions of illegal aliens in, even though
know she did. He's got to pretend that Kamala Harris didn't cast the deciding vote on trillions of dollars of new spending, which created the worst affordability crisis in 40 years in this country. We're going to make life affordable again in the United States of America. We're going to put the American dream of homeownership within reach for millions of American young people. We're going to secure our border and we're going to keep our families safe. We're going to protect your right to free speech and religious liberty. And we're going to do it all thanks to the leadership of one man. Now we have to remember, that one man, Donald J. Trump, 8 years ago, go back 8 years, he had everything. He had fame, he had fortune, he had family, he had friends. But he gave up the easy life to save the United States of America.
Let's make some noise for him. Guys, this isn't politics. This isn't politics. This is a family. It's hard. We love you too. We love you too. This is so much more than a political movement. This is the greatest family in the world. We are fighting for a country we love. We are fighting for the American flag. We are fighting for the Constitution. We are fighting for our liberty. And as a family, we've been out there every single day over the last 10 years. They've tried everything they could to destroy my father, to destroy us. Dirty dossiers, Russian hoaxes. They tried to impeach him twice. They went after his Supreme Court nominees. They threw him off of Facebook. They threw him off of Twitter. They threw him off of Instagram. They tried to take away his First Amendment right. Guys, they tried absolutely everything. They weaponized every DA and every... We live in the greatest country in the world. We are not going to allow that to slip away. And I promise you guys, the best days of this nation are ahead of us. I love you very much. New York is an honor to be here. The energy in this room is incredible.
Sorry, I've only got one question for you, and then I'm getting out of here because this is your stage. But we set up Doge. How much do you think we can rip out of this wasted $6.5 trillion Harris-Biden budget?
Well, I think we can do at least $2 trillion.
Yeah!
All government spending is taxation. So whether it's direct taxation or all government spending, it either becomes inflation or it's direct taxation. Your money is being wasted, and the Department of Government Efficiency is going to fix that. We're going to get the government off your back and out of your pocketbook. America's just not going to
which is going to be great. America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. That America is all about. Yeah. USA, 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 Now, I have something I want to ask you to do, though, because obviously we're somewhat pleased to be converted in this stadium, but there's a lot of people out there who need to vote for President Trump. Okay, so this is a real battle. This is a real election battle. So you need to get friends and family to vote. Make sure they vote early. This is important. We're going to be putting up a scorecard, okay? An early vote scorecard, state by state, county by county. What is the scorecard? Vote early. Vote now. Make the margin of victory so big that you know what can't happen. Massive, overwhelming sweep of every swing state, and even some of the states that people don't think are swing states. Massive, crushing victory. Get everyone, friends, family, people on the street, put the signs up, put the hat on. Let's go. It's my honor to introduce the First Lady, Melania Trump.
Structures and artistic accomplishments. And American ingenuity blossoms among determined citizens who please welcome our next Commander-in-Chief, my husband,
damn it!
I don't mind if I direct. Not flash. So what I'm meant to do.
Thank you very much to a very popular former First Lady, hopefully First Lady again. And I just want to say a very big hello to a special place, New York, and to an incredible arena, Madison Square Garden. Load up 10 times. You take a look at outside what's going on all the way down to the river. The beautiful, beautiful Hudson River. They're outside watching this now at levels that nobody's ever seen before. They've never had it. And I want to thank Jim Dolan. He's been incredible. He's been just incredible. The job they've done. Thousands of proud, hard-working American patriots, you're with me. We're all together. We've always been together. And I'd like to begin by asking a very simple question. Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? I'm here today with a message of hope for all Americans. With your vote in this election, I will end inflation. I will stop the invasion of criminals from all over our country. And I will bring back the American dream. We need the American dream to come back home. Our country will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than ever before. This election is a choice between whether we will have 4 more years of gross incompetence and failure, or whether we will begin the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. We will achieve success that no one can imagine. We will have the strongest economy, the most secure borders, the safest cities, the most powerful military, the best trade deals that we will dominate the frontiers of science, medicine, business, technology, and space. And I'm asking you to be excited about the future of our country again. I'm asking you to dream big again. When you dream big again, we haven't been dreaming big at all. This will be America's new golden age. Every problem facing us can be solved, but now the fate of our nation is in your hands. Next Tuesday, you have to stand up and you have to tell Kamala Harris that you've done a terrible job, and crooked Joe Biden has done a terrible job. You've destroyed our country. We're not going to take it anymore. Kamala, you're fired. I don't want to talk about it. But we have to keep it going. We just have to get out. And who would have thought this was going to happen? We're leaving next Wednesday. But it doesn't mean anything. It only means how are we doing at the end. So we have 9 days from now, and we're going to defeat Kamala Harris, and we're going to win back the beautiful White House. And we're going to make America great again, and it's going to happen fast. less than 4 years in the history of our country. She cost the typical American family over $3,000 in a short period, but over $30,000 over the last 3 years. She killed 50,000 manufacturing jobs this year alone. Now Kamala wants to raise the typical family taxes by nearly $3,000 a year and impose a 33% tax hike on all domestic production. If Kamala Harris gets 4 more years, our economy can never recover. If I win, we will quickly build the greatest economy in the history of the world. Which is what we had in our last term. We will rapidly defeat inflation, and we will very simply make America affordable again. We're going to make it affordable. I will massively cut taxes for workers and small businesses, and we will have no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our citizens. I'm announcing a new policy today that I will support a tax credit for family caregivers who take care of a parent or a loved one. It's about time. They add so much to our country and are never spoken of, ever. They're going to be spoken of now. Thank you all very much. I'll also make interest on car loans fully tax deductible, but only for cars made in America. And we'll cut your energy prices in half, 50% within 1 year from January 20th. Is the fake news hearing that? Whoa! That's got to be a record, Mr. Speaker. I think that's a record. That is a lot of fakers back there. To bring back millions of jobs, we will give our companies the lowest taxes, the lowest energy costs, the lowest regulatory burdens, free access to the best and biggest market on the planet. Remember this, if we keep going like this, we won't have the biggest and the best. We want a country. They're allowing criminals from all over the world to enter our country. Over the past 4 years, Kamala Harris has orchestrated the most egregious betrayal that any leader in American history has ever inflicted upon our people. She has violated her oath, eradicated our sovereign border, and unleashed an army of migrant gangs who are waging a campaign of violence and terror against our citizens. There has never been anything like it anywhere in the world for any country. Kamala has imported criminal migrants from prisons and jails, insane asylums and mental institutions from all around the world, from Venezuela to the Congo. A lot of people are coming from the Congo prisons. They're coming from all over the world. Over the last month, 181 countries violated our laws. And she has resettled them into your communities to prey upon innocent American citizens. But the day I take the oath of office, the migrant invasion of our country ends, and the restoration of our country begins. Prison gang, nice group of people. They got together in prison, the worst prison in the world, it's called Tren de Aragua. And that is taking over apartment complexes and unleashing a violent killing spree all over America, and especially in Aurora, Colorado, where we have a governor who's petrified of them, and maybe he should be. But now, they've even taken over Times Square. Take a look.
Deadly consequences.
Border crisis, record high crossings are putting a strain on cities across America. It is a full-blown invasion.
Armed Venezuelan gang members storming an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado.
When people talk about my good crime, this is what they're talking about.
San Antonio, Texas, just one of the latest cities to have apartment complexes taken over by members of the Venezuelan gang.
Biden and Harris have created a program to bring them in under humanitarian law.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are
convicted of murder have been released into the United States.
My 20-year-old daughter, Kayla Hamilton, was murdered in her own room. Kayla's murderer was apprehended by Border Patrol crossing illegally into the U.S.
Kayla's murderer had been improperly released into the United States.
Abolish ICE. Young ladies probably think about starting from scratch.
More than a dozen people suspected of being Tren de Aragua gang members right here in San Antonio.
The gang members have been terrorizing the apartment complex. New details of the murder of Lincoln Riley. The illegal immigrant suspect who cops say committed the heinous murder is a Venezuelan national.
It was paroled and released into the country by the Biden administration.
Two men investigators say are in the country illegally from Venezuela are charged with capital murder and the death of Jocelyn Monroy.
Martinez and Angel wrapped his arms around Jocelyn's neck, took off her pants, climbed on top of her, later strangled Jocelyn to death, and then tied up her hands and feet.
Court documents suggest a group of men arrested for beating and robbing a Dallas woman last month are members of a Venezuelan street gang.
The man threatened to cut off her fingers if she did not cooperate. Manuel Hernandez was booked by Tampico police just 2 days earlier and released the day before the robbery.
A Peruvian gang leader who is wanted for 23 murders. He was arrested by Border Patrol near Aurora, Texas, then released into America.
That's who we're allowing into our country. We're not going to have a country any longer. That's who we're allowing. An occupied country no longer. November 5th, 2024, 9 days from now, will be Liberation Day in America. It's going to be Liberation Day. On day one, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history. I will rescue every city and town that has been invaded and conquered. And we will put these vicious and bloodthirsty criminals in jail and kick them the hell out of our country as fast as possible. I can live with it. I love that shot.
USA! 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 USA!
That are in our country illegally, I will immediately ban all sanctuary cities in the United States. Congress grossly incompetent disqualifies her from being president of the United States of America. She's grossly incompetent. All you have to do is look at her interviews, look at what she did the other night on fake news, CNN. Just like didn't answer the question. She's unfit for office. Every day where Kamala got a little stuff from the teleprompter wouldn't do bad and stopped on her. You have to be, you know, if you're a politician, you have to be able to handle that. Remember? You have to do the weave, he says. You got to do more than the weave.
But it happens a lot as a politician. It happens. I mean, we have so many politicians here, great ones. Really great. Some are not so good, but great ones. And when Newt, or when the Speaker, or when Tommy Tuberville, who's here someplace, the great senator from Alabama, or when Kamala Harris is a train wreck who has destroyed everything in her path to make her president that gets it. You don't have a president that is respected by the other side, and they did respect us 4 years ago. They really respected us. Iran was broke, they had no money. Russia would have played with us at all. Russia would have never gone into Ukraine. Israel, October 7th, would never, ever have happened. All those people would be alive right now, those people who were killed on that horrible day. But if you don't have a president that gets it, you know what else you wouldn't have had? You wouldn't have had that, the most embarrassing day in the history of our country, in my opinion, Afghanistan, the way they, not that they got out, we were getting out, but we were going to get out with dignity and strength. We got out. An embarrassment, the likes of which this country has never suffered. And because of that, Putin looked at us and they probably figured we were a paper tiger. And he went into Ukraine, and the rest is history. It would have never happened with us. And you wouldn't have had any inflation. You know, we had the best economy, but we had no inflation. And inflation has destroyed a lot of seniors on fixed income. And a lot of people in this room have been virtually destroyed by inflation. You wouldn't have had inflation. They screwed up our energy, and it went up so much. And then they started spending far too much money on things like the Green New Scam, which is just a scam, just a complete scam. They actually admitted that, if you think about it. I've never heard of this country before. Oh no, I don't want my baby to fight. I don't want my baby to be killed.
That's correct.
What they did in Afghanistan with those 13 great soldiers, I've gotten to know the parents so well, and leaving all of that equipment behind, leaving Americans behind, and many, many people with no legs and no arms, all because of incompetent people. But we don't want your sons and daughters to get a little draft notice and you have to explain to them what it means. We're tired of fighting. I'm the only president in the last 84 years that didn't start a war. Remember, could they have? And everybody knows it, but you know, I saw the other day a report with the issue. How stupid are you to put out You got it a little mixed up, didn't you, huh? Nord Stream 2, I said, we're ending Nord Stream 2. Everybody said, what is Nord Stream 2? I said, that's the massive Russian pipeline where they're going to make their fortune, where they're going to Germany and all countries in Europe. So I said, you mean we're fighting to help them with NATO and spending all of that money, and they're paying the person and the group that we're fighting billions of dollars a month? What the hell are we doing? I ended it. It was dead. And Biden came along and he approved it. Look, 30 years ago, he was not considered smart either. So now he's really not smart. If we win, America will be respected, and even if it's necessary, feared again. It's not the worst word. On issue after issue, Kamala broke it, but I will fix it. Nothing compares to what's happening. I mean, you have tens of thousands of people standing outside watching us on a television, and we love you out there. We love you out But both of those great races, both of them, don't compare to what's happening now. In Florida, we took a massive lead. In all of these places, I mean, there's something happening that's really good. There's something happening that's really good. But let's close it out. Pretend you're 1 point down. Would everybody pretend? Let me just do a poll. Who has already voted? Who is going to vote? That's what I like. That would be better than the other way. If you've already voted, So I'd say 16, 17, maybe 20%, and we're leading. And most of you haven't voted, but you promise you're going to vote? Everybody promise? Well, the beauty is that, you know, a Republican likes to vote late, and they like to vote and make sure their vote's in the box, right? They want to vote. They just feel better about it. So we're thrilled to be joined today by an incredible group of patriots who are going to help. Creator of Defund the Police, can you believe it? She was one of the originals for Defund the Police. And anybody who wants to defund our great police for even 1 week is not worthy of being president of the United States. Because that's where her thinking is. Kamala vowed to abolish ICE. You know, those tough people you've been looking up at the screen, they're the ones that get them out of our country. I know a lot of people, right? These rebels are very tough. They don't want any part of it. They got to go in there, fist ablazing. You know, we had a case in Long Island where MS-13, one of the other really bad gangs, killed 2 young girls, 16 years old, walking to school. They didn't shoot them, they knifed them and they cut them into little pieces. This is just not sustainable. You know, we can't do it. We're trying to run a city. We got 100,000 migrants coming. We can't do it. We just can't do it. It's not feasible. It's not good. He said it very nicely. I said, well, he's going to be indicted by these lunatics. A year later, he got indicted. I think they upgraded his seat in an airplane. That's a very strange thing. They've upgraded my seat a lot too. I used to fly commercial. I don't fly it so much anymore. But they'd see me back there and, sir, would you like an upgrade? I don't know, maybe it's something else. But I have to tell you, he's been really great. And he said that they shouldn't be calling Trump a dictator, because it's not true. We want to thank, and you're going through a hard time with these people. These are lunatics, by the way. They've weaponized the Justice Department against their political opponent. I am under investigation more than the great, late Alphonse Capone. My father's looking down on me right now. He's a tough guy, but he was like legit. And I know my mother's in heaven. I'm not 100% sure my father, but it's close. But he's looking down at me right now, and he's saying, how the hell did this happen to my son? He's not a bad person. I'm a good person. Did anybody see what took place? I was with the Muslims yesterday in Michigan, and when the polls first came out, they had 100%, I had 0. And yesterday, I watched this anchor on CNN almost choke. She said, something's happening in Michigan, big population, a couple of 100,000, a lot of votes. Something's happening, the poll just came out. Trump is at 59, Kamala is at 8 with the Muslim population. They never saw anything like that. And these are people, by the way, they just want peace, they want to have peace. And it's great. So Jews and Muslims and Catholics and evangelicals and Mormons, and they're all joining our cause in large numbers, larger than anyone has ever seen in this country before, larger than they've ever seen in any country. And the Republican Party has really become the party of inclusion, and there's something very nice about that. And we're a big, powerful party, and they're losing it. Really losing it. Together we will lift America to glory beyond your wildest dreams. It's going to happen fast. So in conclusion, with your vote this November, we're going to fire Kamala, and we are going to save America. We will cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices, raise your wages, and bring thousands and thousands of factories back to America. We're even going to get Elon to bring that stuff back. We will build America, we will buy America, and we will hire America. support, protection, resources, and respect that they so dearly deserve. We will strengthen and modernize our military. I rebuilt our military in total. We built all of our military, built 571 miles of wall, too. I took it out of the military because I couldn't get it from the people in Congress that should have given it to us. So I considered it an invasion. I said, there's a couple of generals, I said, congratulations, this is an invasion of our country. So I took it out of the military, had 9 lawsuits and won them all. We will build a massive defense shield, all made in the USA. We're going to build a beautiful dome over our country. And a lot of it's going to be made right here in New York. We will rebuild our cities, including our capital in Washington, D.C., which has become a very dangerous and badly managed place. We're going to make them safe, clean, and beautiful again. We will teach our children to love our country, to honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag. And as long as the Speaker of the House of Representatives is here, I would like to put forward a bill because I watched 2 months ago as some very bad people, radical left people, by the way, nothing happened to them, in Washington, D.C., burned our American flag, so we're burning the flag. And I would like to suggest that we put in a bill, if you burn the American flag, 1 year in jail. We will get critical race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our school. And we will keep men out of women's sports. I will defend religious liberty, I will restore free speech, and I will defend the right to keep and bear arms, our Second Amendment as understood. After years of building up foreign nations, defending foreign borders, and protecting foreign lands, we are finally going to build up our country, defend our borders, and protect our citizens. It's called America First. It's going to happen in Madison. And I tell our friends, our allies, who sometimes treat us very badly, that it's about time we take care of ourselves. And we will stop the illegal immigration that's taking place at levels never seen before. We will stop it cold and once and for all. We will not be invaded. We will not be occupied. We will not be overrun. We will not be conquered. We will be a free and proud nation once again. They all say, sir, you're wasting your money. I don't think so. Your crime is through the roof. Everything is through the roof. I remember during the day, they said, no, sir, this stupid person named David Muir from ABC Fake News. He said, sir, crime is not through the roof, crime is down. I said, no, it's not. I said, it's not down, it's up. It's down. I was like debating 3 people. And him, I had that person next to him who I never even heard of. But it turned out the following day, they released the stats, and crime was up 45%. And what a shame, what a shame. We really need a fair press in this country. If we have a fair press, that's going to be 50% of the battle of bringing it back. But this is the city where I was born and raised, and this is the town that taught me that Americans can do anything when they want to. So no matter our differences, when we work together, there is nothing that we cannot achieve. From New York to Las Vegas, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Charlotte, from Atlanta to Detroit, this nation was built by generations of American patriots who gave everything they had for our rights, our future, and for our freedom. Through freezing cold winters and hot scorching summers, through storms and setbacks, and conflicts and danger, our American ancestors pushed onward, marched forward, and overcame every single obstacle that stood in their way. Together they crossed the oceans, settled the continent, tamed the wilderness, laid down the railroads, raised up those mighty skyscrapers, built the highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and launched American astronauts to the moon. It was hardworking patriots like you who built this country, and 9 days from now, it's hardworking patriots like you who are going to save our country. After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in the history of the USA. With your help from now until Election Day, we will restore America's promise, we will put America first, and we will take back the nation that we all love. We bleed the same blood, we share the same home, and we salute the same great American flag. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. We will never give in, we will never give up, we will never ever back down, and we will never ever 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 surrender. The most important day in the history of our country. And together we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you. God bless you.
God, It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Is the job done?
Yeah, what's up? I'm in.
Commander-in-Chief that has the ability to bridge the gap with government.
My name is Anas Shoaib.
All right, tell me, what brought you to this Trump rally?
Because Kamala threw out Muslims out of her rally, so as a Muslim, it is your duty to vote for Trump. As a Palestinian, it is your duty to vote for Trump. Why? Because Kamala does not give a fuck about Muslim lives. Someone please tell that to Nardine Kisly's nuts and Abdullah Khara, Abdullah Aki, who are Zionist agents, who are backed by Howard Horowitz. That's a different topic for another time for election day. That's going to come out soon. But if you're a Palestinian, if you're a Muslim, if you're a man with 2 brain cells or a woman, you vote for Trump. Because under Trump, we had peace. Under Trump, we had prosperity. Under Trump, 0 Palestinians were killed. Under Trump, 0 Ukrainians were killed. But under Kamala, the world is the jungle. You have Russia invading Ukraine, taking over that country. You have Israel not being held accountable. So Trump as president is the only solution. There is no other solution. If you vote for Kamala, you're retarded, you're an idiot, and you have your head up your ass. Yes, exactly. What he said. So, yeah, you have any other questions?
What's your thoughts on yesterday's...
Yes, make America great again. Yes, America first. No other country first. Yes, that's your question.
What's your thoughts on some Muslim leaders in Michigan endorsing Trump yesterday?
I support them. Any Muslim that supports Trump, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. But if you're Ilhan Omar and you are one of those imams in Minnesota that endorse Trump, they're soy boys. They gotta shave off the beards. They are soy boys. And to Ilhan Omar, this is my message. Fuck you! Fuck you, Ilhan. Fuck you. But continue.
On a serious topic.
Yes.
Michigan's a swing state.
Michigan is in Trump's hands. That's it. As a Muslim, we're voting for Trump. If you're not voting for Trump, you're an idiot. We Muslims are very clear.
Why would you want to vote for Trump?
Why are we voting for Trump? Again, because Trump is the peace candidate. Under Trump, how many Muslims died? Very simple question. Under Kamala, look how many Muslims died. It's very simple. It's very simple. And Kamala does not care about Palestinian life. Trump, in the rally, what did he say? He said he's going to stop the madness in the Middle East. That means peace. Now, is he pro-Israel? Yes, all of them are pro-Israel. But the question, who's going to be less worse? It's going to be Trump.
Now, on the topics of, what other concerns you have or issues you have?
Wages, the economy, my bank account. The Democrats terrorized my bank account. They raped my bank account. I want my bank account to be free, to have more money in it. In order to have more money in your bank account, you need Trump in office. It's that simple.
Yeah, okay. And are you satisfied with some of the remarks?
Yes, but I think Trump should have say that he's going to hold Israel more accountable. But other than that, I mean, and also had Rudy Giuliani saying some stupid shit, saying that Palestinians are taught hate. We're not taught hate, you retard. Rudy the retard. That's what I call him. But, it is what it is. He's entitled to his opinion. But we Palestinians love America. We pay our taxes. And Palestinians have not killed any American citizens, unlike Israel with the USS Liberty and the BB-18 explosives, so on and so forth. We don't want to go into that. But Rudy needs to do his research. Other than that, I like Trump's message. It's spot on. And he has the balls to come to New York. And I have a feeling that he might win New York.
Have you told friends or family?
Yes, we have some family members that have Trump derangement syndrome, like my uncle. He has Trump derangement syndrome. And we're hoping that he votes for Trump. And we're hoping that my other family members vote for Trump because it's make or break for America. This election is make or break. If Trump wins, America's back. If Trump loses, America will be broken forever.
Okay. And,
yes.
What do you, have you gotten to some sort of tussle with some in the Muslim community?
Yes. So people like Nardine Kiswani and Abdullah Aki, who are rich farts, who are spoiled brats, who are pieces of shit, who are funded by Howard Horowitz. Someone needs to do an investigation and see where they get their money from. Spoiled brats, give nothing to the Muslim community but problems, and these people have to be held accountable, and their deen needs to go back in the kitchen and cook for her husband. All right? She's useless. Fuck Kamala Harris, fuck the Democrats, fuck Nardine Kiswani, and fuck all the politicians that screwed the United States. America first. Once Trump is back, it's going to be America first, and fuck the Democrats. We're going to diddle you this election.
Just taking some B-roll stuff, people exiting. Ripped out in America here and Trump here.
It's all about this. It's all about America. We're out here in Madison Square Gardens where Donald Trump just pulled the biggest F to all the liberals and the Democrats that tried to put him up and lock him away in New York. And he came back here to the place, New York City, New York, where New York built him, but he also built New York. And he came back here and he showed that even though New York is usually not a swing state, New York this time is a swing state. And maybe it's even the other side, because we're going to go and swamp the vote for Donald Trump. We're going to have fear gas prices. We're going to have, I'm Jewish. So we're going to have so I give a personal thanks to Trump for setting up the embassy in Israel and for the Abraham Accords. And he did amazing and wonderful things for my people. So we support him, and I believe every community supports him. Every community is just trying to do the good for. You see the difference clearly with Donald Trump's and his organization, with Kamala Harris, or what I would like to call Joe Biden and his administration doing the same. Kamala Harris saying straight out that she's going to do the same things that Joe Biden did. She's just going to repeat it. So there's no point. Okay.
What is the biggest concerns you have as a voter this election in terms of, Trump did talk about foreign policy in the Middle East. You mentioned.
I would say my biggest concern about this election is if, God forbid, Kamala Harris wins this election, there's a very, very good chance that this is going to be the last election before our country goes to communism or Marxism, whatever the hell it's going to go to, but it's going to go to the garbage if she wins, because Kamala Harris is letting in so many illegal immigrants into our country that there is going to be no more fear of voting. There's an app that illegal immigrants are able to just go and vote for, and they're able to go and sign up to become a regular American citizen. There's usually, and what a regular person is right mind, or in her right mind, any person's right mind, that you have to go through a process to make sure that it makes, there has to be a process. It can't just be any person from Venezuela, Baghdadi, anywhere. You can't just come in the country. You can't swamp the country. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. It's crazy. I'm saying that you see the videos, everybody laughed at Trump when he said that. And in the end of the day, we all saw, even though it was an outrageous claim, what people thought, that's why people were laughing. But it was proven to be true that there's so many illegals that are coming in. They don't know what to do with themselves. And this is what ends up happening. And there's, I forgot the name of the exact illegal cult, whatever gang members that come in and kill and kill American citizens, police officers, and our people, which Donald Trump said tonight, there will be a death penalty to any illegal immigrant who kills an American citizen or a police officer. It's the same thing. Don't come in our country and kill our people and expect you not to have the equal punishments for what you did, for coming into our country like that illegally. And that is a major concern if Kamala Harris wins, because there's just going to be an overflow. We're never going to have fair elections. We're never going to have any free democracy. All we're going to be is gaslighted and being spoken to like a child, like a 2-year-old child. It's only the emotional who vote for Harris if you look around. And any person who thinks with the right mind for 2 seconds about just the policy of Donald Trump, it's not even a debate. It's not a debate. It's right versus wrong. That's what I have to say. Thank you very much for your time. Okay, I'm very sorry, sir. My ride is here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sonny.
Sonny, that's it?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.